So begin. So it starts as always with the sound of Om 3 times to attract divine attention. Imagine you are everywhere. Fix your mind on God alone. Rest your mind in God alone. And in God you will live hereafter. Of this there is no doubt. May all beings everywhere be happy and free from suffering, and enjoy this practice through our senses. Launch for purification 3 times to purify the space, the grounds, and all the psychic channels within. Om Pavitraha Pavitrava Sawa Vashtanga Topi Va Yaha Smarit Bandrikaksham Sabahya Pyantrahas Jihi. Om Pavitraha Pavitrava Sawa Vashtanga Topi Va Yaha Smarit Bandrikaksham Sabahya Pyantrahas Jihi. Om Pavitraha Pavitrava Sawa Vashtanga Topiwa Yaha Smrit Pandrikaksham Sabahya Bhyantraha Sajihi. Stand with our feet about 10 inches apart. Let's do spiritual breathing to establish a deeper connection with the divine. From the fingertips, inhale down into the heart. Pull in everything that you need. Hold it all in your heart. Hold the breath. 6. Exhale out through the fingertips, just the breath. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale down to the spiritual heart. Holding all the love that you, in the heart. Hold the breath. 4, 5, 6. Exhale just the breath out of the arms again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, feel as though you're a magnet pulling everything that you need into the heart. Holding it all in the heart. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, breathe out through the fingertips. Everything that you pulled in stays in. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring the arms down now. Let's continue with the warm-up to prepare the body. Watch the body move by itself. Roll the head in circles. Try to touch the ears, the shoulders as the head moves around. And change the direction of rotation. Good. Now roll the shoulders backwards. And then bring the arms into the movements. And then roll forward. Lose yourself in the sensations. And then start to bring the arms into the movement again. Feel as though the shoulder blades were the wings of the heart. Good. Now open up your feet a little bit more, your toes pointing beyond the edges of the mat. Left arm up, inhale, reach up, exhale, bend to the right. And then coming back up, bend again. Try not to create fold in the right side of the body. Come up, exhale, bend. Up, feel like grass blowing in the wind. Move gracefully. One more time, come up, exhale, bend. And then coming back up on the inhale, the right arm comes up, exhale, bend to the left. And up again, feel as though you had weights attached to your fingers, pulling you down. And up. Curve the right side of the body, stretch. And up again, and bend. One last time, come up, and bend. And then release, come up. Now float the arms up on an inhale. Toss the body down on the exhale. And just stay down on the last one. So the body just stop shaking. And then roll your way back up slowly. Good. Next one, lion's breath. 8 times. Make a fierce face like a lion, eyes go wide, and the tongue hangs out of the mouth. And then coming back up, shake out the wrists, loosen them up completely. And then up and down. Move the fingers very rapidly. And release. And now just start to go from side to side. Allow the shoulders move the body. Imagine you have no control over the arms. Go as fast as you can now. Arms just slapping the body any which way. And start to slow it down. And release. Good. Now take the arms out to the side. Kick the right leg up and then swing it back. And release. Other leg. And release. Now, arms up over the head. Press the palms up towards the sky. Lift up off the heels. Drop the heels down. Lift the toes. Rock forward again. Push into the roots of your toes. Back down on the heels. And up again. And down. Up. And down. This time when you come up, stay up. Rise up tall, hollow out the navel. Feel as though you're trying to push the ceiling right up off the walls. Lower down, release. Just come to the top of the mat. Surya Namaskara. Hands to the heart. Remember, better than practice, even better than meditation, is to renounce the fruits of the actions. Do the practice because it must be done. Imagine it to be your divine duty. So move together as one to stay in the collective mind. Arch back. Go down. Right foot back into a lunge. Sink through the seat. And then bring feet together. Lower down Ashtanga Namaskara. Glide forward between the arms. Smoothly. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Right foot steps. Sink through the seat. Feet together, chest on the thighs. Come right up to standing, arch back. Hips forward, hands to the heart. And again, stretch the whole front of the body. Keep the upper back muscles engaged and the glutes, the buttocks as well. Take the left foot back. Into the plank. Lower down. Come forward into your Cobra. Lose yourself in the sensations. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. And the left foot steps forward to the hedge. Sink through the seat. Feet together. Make as though you're bowing humbly. Come up. Always moving with mindfulness and with control. And adding on, reach up and back. Go down. Bend the knees, chest on your thighs, join the hands behind the back. Extend through the crown. Exhale, Uttanasana. Go deeper. Pull your arms over the head. Bring the forehead to the shins if your legs straighten all the way. Then release the hands. Right foot back. Lower the knee down. Raise your arms over the head. Katasana. Reach the arms up and back. And then bring the hands back down. Step back into plank. Lower down. All the transitions done seamlessly. And the mindset remains calm and unchanged all throughout. So moving away, that allows you to realize that. The right foot forward, sink the seat, raise your arms over the head, arch back like a crescent moon shape. Bring the hands down, step the feet back together, chest on your thighs, reach the arms back behind the back, extend through the crown and lower down. Release the arms over the head, arch back as much as you see fit, hands to the heart. Again, arch back, go down, chest on the thighs again, pull the hands back as far as you can and pull them over the head towards the ground in front of the head. Push the seat up to feel stretch in the backs of your legs. And release the hands, left foot back, lower the knee down, Katasana. And then right back down into the plank, lower down Ashtanga Namaskar. Glide forward gracefully into the Cobra. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Melt the heart. Left foot steps forward, back knee down. Reach up and back. And bring the hands back down. Step the feet back together. Chest on the sides again. Inhale, extend. Exhale, chest to the thighs, head all the way down. And release. Come all the way up past the Uttanasana. Hands back to the heart. A new variation. Reach the arms up and back. Go down. Plant the hands. Bring the shoulders or the fingertips. Glide back into Chaturanga. A nice smooth landing. Come forward into upward facing dog. Chest is high. And lift, the head is all the way back. Make like you're howling at the moon. Push the shoulders right back. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana now. Sink through the chest. Try to get the top of the head to come down towards or on the ground even. If you're flexible, maybe the back of the head will come to the mat. Now make like a dog stretching its back. Lift the heels, bend the knees, lift the hands. Press into your hands and glide the feet forward between your hands, hopping or walking if you like. Uttanasana. Come all the way up to standing, arch back. Hands back to the heart. Reach up again. Stretch fully. Come down. Now lift, shoulders over the fingertips again, press into your hands. And smoothly come back into Chaturanga, hopping or walking. Come forward into upward facing dog. Open up the chest, thighs and knees up off the ground. Pretend you're howling at the moon like a dog. Chest is forward in front of the arms. Now roll over your toes back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Exhibit the loyalty of the dog to its master with its head down low. Flatten out the arms as much as you can. Make the body look like a slide at the playground. Lift the heels, bend the knees, look between your hands, and then bring your feet forward. Fold the body down onto the legs. Come all the way up. Press the hips forward, reach back, and return. And up again. Reach the arms way over the head. Come down. Uttanasana. So from here, push into the ground, gaze straight into the earth, core of the earth. Lift up 3 times. Keep your chest close to your thighs. After the third one, extend the legs and shoot back into chaturanga. Yes, beautiful. Come up into upward facing dog. Take your head all the way back. Now, back into downward facing dog. Melt the heart, soften the line of the back. Now lift the heels, bend the knees, come up 3 times again. Grip with your finger pads. And then land your feet at the hands the 4th time. Good. Pull the body down onto the legs. Come all the way back, arch back. Return home. Again, reach up and back. Go down gracefully. Body flat against the legs. Come up 3 times. Watch the body moving by itself. Stay strong through the arms. Back into chaturanga the 4th time. And through into upward facing dog. Adho Mukha Uttanasana, downward facing dog. Getting ready to come up 3 times. Move your feet a little bit closer in if you need to get your hips up a little bit more of your wrists. 4th time, land your feet to the hands. Pull the body down on the legs. Come all the way up. Return home. 2 more on your own, any variation you like. Go ahead. The body moving by itself. Every movement reflecting devotion, divine love. Once you arrive back home, breathe in, breathe out all expectations and all attachments to the results. Release the arms. Good. Shiva Namaskara. Reach the arms up over the head, press the hips forward, arch back. And come forward and down. Uttanasana. Take hold of the opposite elbows here. Pull the body flat against the legs if you can. Bend the knees if you need to. And then if you have the flexibility, pull the forearms further down the backs of the legs toward the heels. You can press the forehead against the shins if your legs are straight. Now release the hands, right foot back. Lower the back knee down. Katasana. Reach the arms up. Wiggle the shoulders. Pull them back behind the ears. Try to keep the arms straight by keeping them close to the head. I call it mudra as a mudra of strength and ferocity. Reach back. And coming back up, press yourself a little bit more upright. Open up to the side, Sukha Virabhadrasana. Arms level and extending out the shoulders. Keep the arms long as you move into Sukha Trikonasana. Left hand down, right arm up. Push the left shoulder against the knee, right arm up. If you want, you can take a bind. Left shoulder just drops a little bit left, so the left arm can come all the way underneath the leg. Bind the fingers, or take your right hand, wrist in your left hand. Pull the right shoulder all the way back. And release. Come back into high plank. Ashtanga Namaskar, knees, chest, forehead down. Glide right into the Cobra. Take the head all the way back. No wrinkles in the lower back or the back of the neck. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Breathe in, breathe out. Soften everything. Soften in every sense of the word. Mentally, physically, emotionally. Then the right foot steps forward to the hands, back knee down. Keep your seats nice and close to the front heel. Raise your arms up. Wiggle the shoulders back and forth. Katasana again. Reach back. Imagine your index fingers going over the back toe. Radiate your light like a crescent moon. Pull the body further by the hips. Coming back upright. Press into the front knee, legs like a box. Turn to the left, arms out. Sukha Virabhadrasana. And stay long and strong as you come into Sukha Trikonasana. Keep the right shoulder against the right knee. Again, take a bind if you like. If you drop the right shoulder, you may be able to get the whole right arm underneath the leg. And then it makes it easier to take the bind. Bind beside the seat, not behind it, not over it. You can hold a little bit closer to the elbow if you have the flexibility. And release. Hands on either side of the front foot. Step back into plank. Ashtanga Namaskar. Knees, chest, forehead down. Glide right into the Cobra. Take the head all the way back. Drop the shoulders. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lower the forearms down on the ground. If you like, come up into your forearm balance. Keep your legs bent if you like. Play with the pose. Make it an offering. Back down, gracefully, into your downward facing dog. And the left foot steps to the hands, back foot flat, Virabhadrasana 1. Raise your arms above the head. If you can, bring your hands together like tip of a sword, gaze beyond the tip. Take the head all the way back in expression of abject surrender to those that you serve as a warrior. Make your way into warrior 2. Sink through the seat. Drop that right hip, make sure it's not popping up. Now into partial Kanasana. Any variation you like. Forearm on the knee, or hand on the inside, maybe even hand on the outside of the foot. Either way, press the knee and the shoulder together. If you're doing a partial, if your hand is on the ground. Pull the right shoulder back. If you want to take a bind, go ahead. Flatten your body against the leg. Now release the hands down to the ground, turn forward, back knee comes down. Bend the toes under. Sukha Parivita Partial Kanasana. Reach the right arm up, angle the toe and the knee towards the right, elbows the outside of the thigh. Anchor in place with your armpit. Left hand pushes into the right. Push the body up. Torso comes over the thigh, and then roll the left shoulder all the way back. Feel free to take other variations, advanced variations if you like. For instance, a bind. Left hip moves back, head moves forward. The exhale, roll a little bit more. If you want, you can take the back knee up off the ground as well. Good. So I'm going to do optional variation if you like. Pressing the front foot to straighten the front leg. Slide the right foot in a little bit closer and then spin on your feet so your feet are parallel to one another. Come into a bound revolve triangle. If it's too much to stay in a bind, bring your hands back into prayer and try to push the center of the chest so it comes to the thumbs. The head still is down, head is low. And then return, bring your hands back to the middle and then spin on your feet so your left foot is forward, lizard. Now rock back and forth, try and get your hips to sink down. Push back through the right heel, lower the knee down, relax the toes. Roll to the right, right forearm comes down, roll to the left, left forearm comes down. If you're very close to the ground, bring your left hand to the outside of the foot, and see if you can get your chest right down to the ground. Perhaps the shoulder will come right on top of the foot. If you're right on the ground, the left arm can snake around the outside, underneath the knee. Right arm over the back and join the hands over the back. Move according to your condition. Stretch it out. And now release. Come back onto the hands. Step back into high plank. Ashtanga Namaskara. Knees, chest, forehead down. Glide right into your Cobra. Maybe upward facing dog this time actually. Lift the hips and knees up off the mat. Pull your head back. Downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out, soften again. Once again, come up if you like into your forearm bound. So bring your forearms down on the ground or take other variations if you like. You don't even have to lift your feet up off the mat if that's not where you're feeling it today. Try to find a steadiness. Move with gracefulness. Advanced practitioners, go ahead, try the things, charging scorpion perhaps. Push your head in front of the arms, bring your seat back. And release back down into your downward facing dog. Getting ready to step the right foot between the hands for Virabhadrasana 1. Extend the body up out of the hips. Exude confidence, power, determination. Open up to the side, stay long and strong. Look over the front hand. Partial Kanasana. Again, take the variation that you like. Try to get your left arm in the same line as the back leg. So make sure, again, the hip is not popping up so you don't form a discontinuity in that line. No bumps. If you want to take a bind, flatten the body against the leg. Make your best effort possible. Remember, it's an offering. Others are experiencing the practice through your body. And release. Left hand comes down. Turn towards the front, back knee down. Come upright, legs like a box. Bend the toes under on the back foot. Sukha Parivita Partial Kanasana. Left arm up, ankle the toe and the knee towards the left to help you to anchor that left arm into place. And again, take your Anjali Mudra if you like, or your bind. Pull the right hip back, head forward. Roll the right shoulder all the way back until the chest and face are straight up. Bring the back knee up off the ground if you like. Teacher yesterday said we should do the practice, choose poses so that you feel good after the practice. If you don't feel good after the practice, you might have gone too far. Now if you want to take the next progressions, bring more weight into your front foot. Left foot moves in a little bit if you need to, and then spin on your feet. Feet are parallel. Toes facing the long edge of the mat. Head stays down. And see if you can straighten both legs. Bound, revolve, triangle. Release the bind if you need to. Just bring your hands in prayer if you like. And from here, release the bind, or if you have the bind. Bring your hands back in between your feet and then spin on your feet facing forward. Slide your left foot back further. Prepare for lizard. Glide back and forth. And press back to the left heel. Lower the knee down, flatten up the toes. Try to assume the form of a lizard. Find where it feels the most steady and comfortable, perhaps when it's just sunning itself on the warm earth. And then see if you can be as steady as that form and as comfortable. Fix the gaze like a lizard that doesn't blink. Imitate the gaze of a lizard. Getting ready to come out. From here, press back into plank. Knees, chest, forehead down. Glide right into the Cobra. Perhaps upward facing dog. Lift the knees and hips up off the ground. Make like you're howling at the moon. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Breathe in, breathe out, soften. This is not part of the sequence, but we'll do it anyways. Left hand more to the middle of the mat. Come into Vasisthasana on your left hand and left foot. Push your hips forward. If you want to try other variations, go ahead. Practice according to your abilities. You take your knee up, you take your foot, you can go into Urdhva Dhanurasana. Be creative. Return. Spin on your left hand, come back gracefully into downward facing dog. And then go on the other hand and other foot now. Right hand steps closer to the left in front of the nose and make your way into your Vasisthasana or your variations. Go all the way, spin on your right hand, come into Urdhva Dhanurasana if you like. Keep your hips high, spin on heel of your palm again, return to downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out, soften. Left foot steps forward to the hands, back knee down. Katasana again. Reach the arms up and back. Take other variations if you like. You can do swan pose. Or other things, spear pose perhaps. Coming back into the plank. Ashtanga Namaskara. Mindfully and reverently move between the forms, then find the form. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana or a Cobra. Downward facing dog. And then step the right foot forward. Katasana once again. Keep going to the edge of your potential. So that perhaps you surpass it, the edge. Keep finding a new limit. This is how you make progress. Coming back down, place your hands beside the front foot and just slide your left foot forward to the right. Uttanasana again, bend your knees as much as you need to. Any version you like. Pull your body right against the legs. Imagine trying to get your chest beyond your knees, so shimmy your chest down a little bit more. Imagine the top of the head coming to touch right on top of your feet. And then come up. Join hands together, perhaps Kali Mudra, standing back bend. So keep your buttocks and your upper back muscles engaged. Go back, press your hips forward. Go to the extent that you feel comfortable. Actually, you might be able to come all the way back into Uttanasana. Come all the way back up. Pranayama. Breathe in. Breathe out. Remain established in divine love and in your devotion to the practice and others that we serve. Release. So let's try standing poses now. Tree pose, Vrikshasana, standing on your left foot first. Pick up the right foot. You can do the conventional tree if you like, with your foot against the inseam of the thigh, or lotus if you have it. Hands to the heart, and then right up over the head, reaching for the sun. You can take other variations with your arms if you like. Open up your branches a little bit. Imagine like you're providing space for the birds to sit on. Be like a tree. Keep lifting up towards the sun. Bring your hands back to the heart. Fold down into Uttanasana. Pull the body right against the legs. Push the foot into the hip crease if you're doing the lotus version. Option to come up into upside down tree. Try to be as steady as you are on your hands as you are on your foot and upright. Down, and then rise back up to release. Try it on the other foot now. Don't worry about the results. Just do your best. Be unattached to the results. Let go of all expectations. Come up again. Anchor down to the toes like they're the roots of your tree. Spread them in every direction. Spread them wide like the roots. Again, if you want to take other shapes to imitate the branches, go ahead. Be bountiful in all that you provide. The shade, the fruits, the oxygen. Come back, hands to the heart, and then bow down. Pull the body down onto the leg, standing leg. You may stay here, or if you want to try to come upside down, go ahead. Visualize yourself going to the pose with grace and with ease. Good. Come back down. Nice, friend. Awesome. All right, it's coming along nicely. Come back up. And release. Okay, so now we're going to do Katasana. Actually, let's move a little bit further forward to about the top third of the mat. Bring your arms up over the head. If you want, you can keep your hands apart or bring them together. Your heads together, bring your head behind your arms again. Fierce pose. So embody the fierceness. Create fierce effort by squeezing your thighs and shins together. Generate heat. The mind doesn't change, however. Stays the same, undisturbed. Turn the palms towards the sky. Pull the arms back a little bit further. Push the chest forward. Scoop up the back of the body. Thunderbolt. And now release. Bring your hands down to the ground. From here, you can do Bakasana if you know that one. Keep your arms straight, bring your knees right into the armpits, and then lift your toes. If you'd rather do crow, come down lower, bend your arms, and then do this version. Good. From here, let's see. See if you can come into flying crow. Extend the left leg and back. Come down for a moment if you need to. Round your back. Curl the tail under. And then go on the other side. Come into crow again. To really squeeze the shin against the arm. Bring your weight forward. And release the right leg. Back into the crow. And back down. Good. From here, just lower down onto your knees. Garbhasana. Forehead down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Soften everything. And then pull the body through. Gliding forward. Bhujangasana. Come on, nice and high. Back into child's pose. Feet behind the heels, arms aside your legs. Breathe in. Breathe out, soften. And then roll your way up. Sukha Gomukhasana. Right arm comes up. Close to the head, spin the arm bone in so the elbow is facing backwards. And bring your hand down the center of the back. Use the other hand to guide the elbow a little bit higher, further back. If you like, reach back with your left arm, snake it up the back, and find the bind. Push it into the back of the heart. Inhale, lift up the chest. Push the lower back up and in. Exhale, drop the shoulders. Push the weight of the body into the heels, through the seat. Feel grounded and steady. Lose yourself in the sensations. Want more intensity, you can try to push the arm against the back of the head and bring your hands up off the back. According to your condition, be mindful of your shoulders, of course. Keep tugging on your arms, pull them further down the back as well. And release. Shake out the arms, the shoulders, the neck. And then the other arm. Left arm comes up. Bring the hand down the back, center of the back. Take your bind if it's okay on this side as well. Feels tighter on this side or looser, be unconcerned. Just continue to cultivate awareness, curiosity without judgment. And again, if you like, take your hands up off the back. Lift up through the inhale, push the chest up, push your lower back up and in. Exhale, drop the shoulders, sit heavily on your heels. Make sure you don't drop back into the hips when you exhale. Release. Bring the elbow down and then shake it out. Headstand, Shavasana. Go ahead into your variation. Make your way gracefully into the pose. Perhaps if you like, come into your lotus. Take your attention to the space between the eyebrows. Try not to move your focus. Stay steady. Control the mind, or the mind controls you. Now, if you like, see if you can lift your head up off the ground. Push into the arms, and then keep your core strong. Keep your alignment, and just push your head up off the ground by pushing into the arms. Take a half breath in. If you need to tilt your head forward a little bit, that's okay. You can do that if that's, and split your legs if you like. All good as well. Bring your head back down. Now from here, bring your hands in front for tripod. Come into crow. If you have a lotus, keep your crow, your lotus. Land your legs on your arms, upper arms. And see if you can lift your head up off the ground. And release. Child's pose. Breathe in, breathe out. Bring your arms forward and transition to Cobra. Slide all the way up. Take the head up and back. Downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Now we're going to jump our feet to the hands, landing in a squat. Lift up the heels, get ready. Jump forward to the front of the mat. That's it. Now keep your shoulders back. Ideally, you should still see your toes, so draw your shoulders back, lift up a little bit, like you're sitting in a chair. And then slowly curl the tail under, come down. See if you can keep your toes in sight. Come down ever so slowly. And when the feet touches the ground behind your heels, roll right back up into shoulder stand. Take your lotus once you're in shoulder stand if you like. If you don't have full lotus, keep your legs straight.
your right on top of your shoulders. Take your hands to your thighs. Once again, concentrate on the space between the eyebrows. The seat of divine perception. Before changing your focus, come into Pindasana if you have your lotus. Or Kanapidasana or Halasana. If you're in Kanapidasana, you have an option of placing your hands underneath your shoulders, fingers facing your toes, and then roll up into camel. And then come right back into your Halasana. So you come down, your forehead comes down in front of your knees, your arms outstretched in front of your head like you're doing downward facing dog. Then push into your forearms, tuck your chin in. Slide your feet forward until you're landing on your backs, your shoulders again. And then take your hands to your back. Okay. Let's make your way into Navasana. Hold your toes if you can. Come into plow if you're in lotus. Release your legs. Take hold of your big toes. See if you can come into Navasana without bending your knees, without letting your feet touch your ground in between. Good. Once you're in Navasana, release the legs, arms beside your legs, Vastrika breath. Cross the ankles, or cross the shins actually. Take hold of the ankles, pull them right down underneath the seat. Tuck your chin in, roll onto your back, and then from here you have to keep pulling on your feet. Keep your heels right against the bottom of the seat. And then lift, dig into your elbows, lift your chest, and the knees come down, and then the top leg comes down. If this was too much, you can just make your way into regular fish. Now your seat is on the heels, push into the elbows, and Vastrika breath again. From here, place your hands beside your head, walk your hands and your head in a little bit. From here, you can come into a little bit of an Urdhva Dhanurasana. Lift your head up off the mat. Walk your hands closer, get more of a back arch. And then come back down. Head down. And then from here, dig into the elbows, release the legs as well. Breathe in. Exhale. Let go of all fatigue. Imagine you're fainting. Now bring your arms over the head. Come to seated position. Uttanasana. So go ahead into your pose, bend your knees if you need to, if you have tight hamstrings. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold the body down onto the legs.
Pay attention to the base of the spine. Reaching forward. As you can touch the top of the head to the front of the feet. And come up. Uttanasana. If it's too much, bench pose. Fingers facing back. Slide your heels in a little bit and then push down into the toes. Lift your chest up high. Make sure you don't sag to the hips. The head comes back. Breath, take a breath. Tuck the chin in, walk your feet in a little bit closer so you're in bench pose. Lift the hips. Bring your right arm back. Squeeze your thighs together. Raise your left arm up. Left leg up, sorry. Bring your hand down. If it's easier to turn your fingers in towards to face your toes, that's okay. And then bring your left leg down. Now your left arm comes up and back. And then raise the right leg up. Oops. Back down. Lower down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Left leg out. Extend front. Bring the right knee in. Cradle the leg and just push it back and forth across the chest. Hold there for a moment. Keep the body upright, back straight. Asana. Place the foot down. Edge of the foot's a little bit beyond the edge of the hip. Sit forward. Reach the right arm up. Exhale. Reach forward. Shoulder goes past the knee. Place hand on the outside of the foot. If, however, you can take a bind, go ahead. Right arm comes all the way around the back of the body. See if you can hold the left wrist with the right hand or just finger lock. Pull the body down on the leg. Stretch. Lead with the heart. And coming back up. Lift the right foot up the ground. Keep the foot tucked right underneath the arm. Fingers in line, the fingertips closer to the knee. And see if you can lift your seat up. Take a half breath in. Maybe float up the left heel as well. And down. And release. Left leg. Send it across the chest, back and forth. Hold the foot in the crook of the arm if you like. Press it against your chest. Stay straight through the back. Asana. Make sure the foot's not too close to the knee. Make sure you have a wide hand span between the foot and the inner thigh. Left arm comes up. Hinge forward, so the shoulder goes way in front of the leg. Roll the head of the shoulder forward, and the arm will go around the body a little bit more easier.
You can take your right wrist as your left hand and pull the hand back as you move forward. All the attention to the base of the spine. Imagine the spine going longer out of that source. And from here, lift back up. Lift the left foot up off the ground. Keep the left leg tucked underneath the arm like you're holding a newspaper. Lean forward and see if you can float. And back down. Into camel. So rest, shins about hip width apart, hands on the seat, lean back. Keep your core strong as you bring your right hand to the right foot, left hand on the left foot, and push your hips forward. If it's too much for reach, bend your toes under. And come into rabbit pose. Bring your heels together, hands on the heels, and lock your baby fingers together. Push your hips forward as much as you can, so you're trying to fall forward on your thighs. That's an option here. If you're more flexible, you can come into Katasana. Bring your head right to the feet. Maybe you bring your forearms down on the ground as well. From here, place your hands on, come back up, sorry. Good. Come into child's pose. Breathe in, breathe out. Roll back up. You can do full Uttanasana, or if too much, keep your left leg extended. The right foot goes to the outside of the left leg, the toes closer to the ankle. Okay, otherwise, you can bend the left leg and then right foot on the outside of the left knee. Press the left forearm against the right shin, turn to the right. Both sides of seat grounded. Take any variation you like. If you know binds, go ahead. Feel the spiraling action of the spine. Of the Sushumna Nadi, just crisscrossing at each of the chakras. Just try to visualize it in your mind. Imagine. Visualize. And release. Change your legs. This time your right leg is either extended with your left foot on the outside of the right shin, or fold the right leg in. Foot is beside the seat, you're not sitting on the foot. And then the right arm comes up, go to the outside of the left thigh. See if you can free your abdomen from the thigh. Make sure your abdomen's not being crushed by your thigh. Try to move your knee way beyond the right
edge of the body. Chest open, shoulders back. And then maybe the chin over the back shoulder. Release. So let's just do a little bit of pranayama now. Before we go down into Shavasana. Sit tall. Find your way into seated, comfortable pose. We'll do alternate nostril breathing, 3, 12, 6. Let's find your active nostril first. Close up one nostril at a time. See which one appears to be freer, more open. That's your active side. Default to left if they both feel the same. Left hand in Yana Mudra. On your left knee, right hand, second, third fingers pulled down. Turn the palm towards you for pranayama. And then we're using the right thumb to block off the right nostril, the right ring finger for the left nostril. So always apply the locks, Mula Bandha, Jalandhara Bandha, through the breath retention, attention at the third eye. So let's begin. Exhale completely into the lungs. Close off the active, less active side. Inhale to the active. Hold the breath. Contract the root muscles. Pull them up towards the navel. Chin on the chest. The chest is high. Third eye attention. 10, 11, 12. Exhale through the less active side. Release the locks. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale through the less active side. 2, 3. Hold the breath. Tongue to the upper roof, the mouth, behind the teeth as well. Keep the chest high. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Breathe out through the active side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale through the active. 3. Hold the breath. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Exhale through the less active side. Release the locks. 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale through the less active as full as you can. 3. Hold for 12. Keep the attention at the space between the eyebrows. 10, 11, 12. Breathe out through the less active, through the active side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Continue on your own. Keep the attention at the space between the eyebrows. Being concerned if the mind wanders, just pull it back to the task at hand. No judgment. No concern. Next time you breathe out of your active side, conclude. Take your time, don't rush it. Keep the same rhythm. Lie on your back for Shavasana. Make sure you're comfortable. If you need layers to maintain your body temperature, go ahead. Shavasana is the best way to remove impurities. Imagine now the best of the best is about to take place. We'll take your attention to your hands. Allow them to go limp completely. The fingers just loosen. The backs, the hands, the palms soft. The wrists loose and active. Drop all the tension out of those hands. And then start to work your way up through the arms. Feeling the muscles in the lower arms becoming like jello. And the elbows just allowing them to be loose. And then up through the upper arms, the muscles of the upper arm again also relax them so they become completely listless and useless. All the muscles in the skin just feeling as though they're just hanging off the bones. Nothing more than just added weight to the bones. And then visualize ink. When you inject a pen of ink into the water, it just slowly courses its way through the water to color it. In the same way, feel heaviness just spreading all throughout the upper back region, the shoulder blades, all the way down to the very tips of the shoulder blades. Just feeling the front of the body cave into the back. This whole back just sinks and sags from its weight. And it just continues to move down the back of the body, very much like just paint dripping down a wall, bringing with it heaviness, lower back just fusing with the earth and just sinking into it, yielding to the softness that supports it. And then going down into the seat, the seat become heavy. And the bones in the hip joint is heavy as lead. Continue to feel the heaviness move into the legs now, starting at the tops of the legs, at the thighs. Imagine all those muscles and the veins being injected with lead. Becomes so heavy. All the way down the legs, right to the ankles. So the legs feel extremely heavy. Unable to move no matter what you do to try. The feet completely relaxed, loose, no tension. The toes are just limp, falling out to the side, listlessly. body, shutting down the activity within all the organs. Lungs get very heavy. The heart, kidneys, liver, stomach, pancreas, everything just coming into stillness, just barely sustaining life to become so quiet in the body, all the inner workings of the body, quieting down and coming into this almost still state. The head heavily resting on the ground, all the features of the face softened, exhibiting no tension, no strain. No tightness anywhere, just softness, calmness. No restriction felt in the throat or around the eyes or anything. The neck. Then within the brain, it's quiet as well. Not having to deal with all the workings of the body. The body is quiet, so the mind goes quiet. All the chatter in the mind just quiets right down. Then the body is like a corpse. The witness is just looking at all this. You're looking at the body and the mind as though you were the observer of all of it. Just looking upon the body and the mind with complete unconditional love and non-judgment and compassion and appreciation for all the efforts that the body and the mind, the emotions, working together to just do your best, to deliver love to all those that you can. And just as the observer, as though you were just a teacher talking to that body, that mind, those emotions, that being, encourage it to keep on going. Keep on working towards delivering peace and love to all beings. Exercising compassion so that any action, thought, or deed doesn't incur any pain or suffering upon any being. Whisper to that being, so you're the mind, the voice inside the head, the following sentence, and repeat it 3 times so that your student, the object of your perception, the being, ingrains in the body, mind, and heart. The body and the body and the mind and the heart, yes. I will continue to cultivate compassion towards all beings. I will continue to cultivate compassion towards all beings. I will continue to cultivate compassion towards all beings. Parent who's trying to wake up your child from their sleep to face a new day. Encourage the being now to awaken. Come back to consciousness, come back into the body. Return from Shavasana. with the utmost gracefulness and quietness, come back to a seated position. Continue to do your best. It's the effort that counts. Don't worry about the results. Don't get attached to the results. They will come anyways, especially when you least expect them to. Just continue to go down your path. Just keep doing your best. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be receptive to the divine grace within. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining. Have a wonderful day.